Let's go. Quick trade recap. I'm back testing my strategy. So basically, we are almost three for three. Basically, what we're seeing here is the high time frame trend was bearish, so that's why I entered a sell here, and it went actually perfect. It sold off, and it came to our liquidity point here. But if my TP was here, it wouldn't have tapped, which it was. So I actually, number wise, which you see here, the 13,050, it could have been at 1,400 with 55% more, or how much? Yeah, but it's not because my TP was actually past this, and this is a good lesson to do is that this 1.4.8 compared to being safe and always putting your stop loss a little bit away from your TP, that's a small little margin that makes your trade safer, or even like you put it like really really close, you would have hit it by margin, so it's not a big difference. So you would have taken this trade. Next, we came very close to a 1 hour liquidity point after sweeping Asia high. So this is, I think, actually probably Asia low, showing us that when it kept rising, there is something wrong. There's not enough liquidity to push a little bit lower to take out Asia low, which should be taken out since we taken Asia high. I came so close. We were looking for sells, but we just kept pushing up and up and up, showing us that that liquidity sweep that we had way before was not strong enough. So we're gonna go and we're gonna go higher and more than likely resweep, or it's a change of trend in a very bad position because we've got came very close to liquidity. Now we have these big moves pushing up, up, up closer to New York Open. Now, oops, that no, I did not mean to do that. Let me see. What did I move? Did I move the whole trade? No. I mean, yes, I moved the whole trade. It's here. Okay, so first we have a push up and a push down, and we are close to this liquidity point here, which we haven't swept. So we went for a slightly little bit of an aggressive push. We have our point of view POI here, which reacted off of this POI. If I just mark out here, we had a reaction from this POI. So actually, now looking at it, this could have been the trade as well here. Wait a second. This could have been your trade also pushing up to these liquidity points, but it's a really bad or, so not happy, waited for it. So then we had this reaction and no close inside the POI from here. So we took a little bit of an aggressive entry here and targeted the liquidity at a 1 to 3. It hit, came back, hit our stop loss. Then I went back down into this POI. So this POI is still holding up. And from here, since it's holding up, you could have entered the trade here and put your stop loss pretty low, or yeah, pretty low, but then you would have a really big entry and you have to target you're gonna, if when you have a big stop loss, obviously you're gonna have to target higher. You're gonna get greedy because you're not even hitting a minimum of 1 to 3 or for your strategy, so you're gonna start getting greedy. So then I wouldn't like this trade, because if I just mark out how high we need to target, I think we need to target even higher than this, so a little bit higher than this, which is fine because we're gonna probably hit it or hit. But I don't like a big stop loss because, yeah, it just most of the time when you have a really big candle, it's going to come down and fill in some areas because it's too big of a push. That's why you wait, and we see fair value gaps here forming and stuff like that. So we wait and we get the push down, which I said talked about. We have our POI here, and we've got a reaction. We enter of the second candle because the first one is a bit small, and also there's different reasons why I add a little bit of a weight. Again, that is only for my students in my Discord. The Discord is free, but becoming a student, depending what option you take, is not free because nobody's teaching you for free. So besides the point, you can enter the Discord, which is here for free. Just comment on the video, or I think the description has the link. You can join and you can talk, connect with people for free. Back to the trade. We have a reaction here. We enter the trade, stop loss under the reaction, and we target there was some liquidity up here. Why, or did I target? Let me have a look. We targeted, yeah, we targeted this liquidity point here. and the trade hit with a 1 to 5, and it was a long time ago break even, so I moved the trade to break even when we got to about, I don't know, around this area here in this big candle here, and we created this POI. I put my stop loss under this POI around let's say this area. So if you have a bad broker or funded account company, you would have got actually stopped out here because it came close to your stop loss, but it didn't hit. So you'd got stopped out. That's why it's important to have a good broker and good slippage, or no slippage, whatever the term is. And then it continued to go up and hit our TP. So that's a quick trade recap. And we had two winners here, potentially even the third one on the sell. And now it's just pushing up. So we're going to see. Also, this trade did also correspond with down here. I'm not sure if I can draw a box. Nope. It corresponds with our time frame of right in here. New York opened, and then usually, for example, what TGR does is he waits for the first 30 minutes because the first 30 minutes is like is not a real open, I think he does. So it corresponds with here. So you could have even, let's get even more into it, at 14:30 when you're, that's what I said, I'm not the most biggest New York trader, but TGR spams it, so he knows better the better time frames. You could have hit a 1 to 3 as well if you waited for New York to open, and then you would have matched your kill zone with the spike, and you would have hit a trade within like 5 minutes of the market. No, a bit more, within let's say 15 minutes of the market opening. So that is a trade recap. Like, subscribe, join the Discord. You're gonna see way more trades like this. So enjoy your day.